Tonight, as part of Black History Month, we're taking you on a tour of what was once a well-established gravesite in Memphis for former slaves. At the time, those slaves responded to the need for a respectable burial site for African Americans, but the cemetery, long forgotten, is being protected now by a group of Memphians determined to give those buried there the respect they deserve. Buried in the heart of South Memphis is Zion Cemetery, the oldest African American cemetery in the city. Covering about 15 acres, there are probably more than 30,000 people buried here.
It was opened in 1876 by freed slaves, former slaves, here in Memphis. They acquired the property in 1873.
Zion is significant to the history of this South Memphis community.
We have a significant number of notables buried here. In addition to Reverend Henderson, we have Dr. Georgia Patton Washington, the first African-American female physician.
Not only because it's one of the oldest burial grounds, but it is the final resting place for many people right out of slavery who contributed to the growth of the African-American economy.
We have thousands of people buried here, many during the yellow fever epidemic. We have former members of the armies during the Civil War, and we have others, as I mentioned, also who contributed a great deal to the growth and betterment of this community.
According to the Zion Community Project, most whites living in Memphis at the time fled the city during the yellow fever epidemic, while many African Americans stayed behind to care for the sick.
Every grave has a story to tell.
Efforts at the cemetery now are focused on preserving what remains. Over the years, Zion had become a heartbreaking eyesore with overgrown plants and weeds. The Zion Cemetery Project is starting to change that by maintaining it better and by building on its rich history.
This is a story we have to tell our children so that our children and our children's children and our children's children's children will know who was here during this time and what they contributed to a place called Memphis.
The Zion Cemetery Project is always looking for volunteers as well as funding. To find out more about both, go to the link to this story at abc24.com/now.